Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Annoying as Dee Dee. And today, what I want to talk to you about is income tax season. It is here. And what I need y'all to do is don't go and blow your money, okay? I want to talk about money issues and money solutions, right? So what we need to do is grab a sheet of paper and you need to write down the pros and cons of your money habits, okay? Okay? Right? So if you have more cons than your pros, you know you got a problem. If you have more pros than your cons, then you probably can learn something from this video, or maybe you know everything that I'm about to tell you anyways. But I'm just going off of my own experience. So let me put this paper up here. I want to talk about bad habits. So when my husband and I, when we first got together, right, we had money coming out of nowhere. I don't know where this money was coming from, but we had money coming from work. We had money coming from like my dad. He was helping us out, but and I didn't even need any help. Like once I got pregnant, my dad, he bought everything for our first son, right? Everything, clothes, bathtub. I think he bought the stroller, breast pump, and you know them breast pumps is expensive. Like I think he bought the one that was like for $200 and some change. Girl, I'm so thankful for my daddy. But you know, he's another subject. So we just had money coming from, you know, we had it, right? So, and I think we took advantage of it. And we didn't put any money away. We didn't buy a house. We didn't pay off the car. Our cars, we weren't responsible. And now that we've gone through that, and it was a learning experience, and we're just trying not to fall back into those same habits. And the thing is that it doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take some time to get done. It's going to take some time to get through. Some people can go through it, you know, cold turkey. But I found that throughout the years that as soon as we get some money, it's like, let's go buy some J's. Now, at the time, it's 6 of us. So we want to go buy some J's, right? For all of us. We're probably going to spend about $600 on all of us for some Jordans, right? Because my Jordan's going to cost at least $100 to $200. Excuse me. My husband's Jordans are definitely going to cost. That's better. His are, you know, they're definitely going to cost at least $200, right? And then you got my kids, they add up to another $200, and then my girls, they probably add up to another $100. So, and it's like, we could have taken that money and invested into something. We could have did so much more stuff with that money instead of trying to be materialistic. Now, if you're going to be materialistic, at least have that material bring back some money for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be generating some type of income for you. Otherwise, it's just a waste of money. Because we could have got some felines for like $20 a piece or $30 a piece, or some Reeboks, $30. You know what I'm saying? Or even some New Balances. But I know some people don't want to wear those. But if you want to be smart and you still want to be cute, I would suggest those type of brands. But those were our bad habits. Shoes and rims and tents and speakers and expensive ass furniture. I think our first bedroom set cost us $2,500, and that came with that didn't even include the mattress. I think the mattress was like another $1,200. That's a lot of money. And then we bought a couch. The couch was another $2,000. And then we had bought the entertainment center. I think the entertainment center, because it was like a nice piece of wood that you put the TV on, and it was really, really nice, and it had the glass doors. But anyways, it was expensive. And then he bought the surround sound, and then the big ass TVs. So, I mean, we were comfortable, but it was so excessive now that I think about it. You know, especially in the neighborhood we were in. Like, we were in the hood, and we were in Orlando, in Oak Ridge, and that's the hood in Orlando. And it's kind of like, and then you got these expensive ass cars outside. Like, I had a Mustang. Actually, my cousin had given it to me because she had just bought a car. So she was like, if you take this car, just make the payments on it. And so I had that car. And then he had just bought a Charger, and then he put tents on it, and he put rims on it, and he put the loud ass speakers, surround sound, whatever you want to call that crap. I think he had like 15s in the trunk. That shit was loud. I mean, loud. Like, he could be a mile away and I hear his car, and I'm like, oh, daddy's home. And then we had bought 2 pit bulls. We bought 2 pit bulls. We had one, she was all white. She was so pretty. Her name was Eva. And I think he spent maybe like $200 on her. But we had like 4 different types of pit bulls, dog. Like, so the first one was the ones that we really, really like love. My babies. I miss my babies. This was like 11 years ago, and we bought Eva. Eva was an all-white pit. And then we had Max. Max was a blue-nosed pit. He was my baby. But we spent so much money on them. I think Max cost like, I can't remember how much Max cost. He was a baby. He was probably like 6 months old. And then we had got his, he had to go get his shots and all that other stuff. So that cost money. And then we got his ears snipped. So, that's more money on top of money on top of money on top of money. Like, and then we ended up giving them away because the neighbors were complaining about them, and they were so-called an aggressive breed, which pisses me off because those are good dogs. But yeah, that's where our habits were at, right? So it's income tax season, right? I'm having my kids, right? So we ended up having 2 boys, and I didn't have to work for either one of my pregnancies for the boys. But then when I had gotten pregnant with the girls, for some reason I started working because my oldest son started going to school. So I'm like, well, my husband is already paying all the bills and stuff like that. Let me go and get a job so that, you know, we're not, you know, tugging and pulling for things. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you don't have enough, it's like you got to tug and pull here, like, and try to take something from here. And I didn't want to do that. I don't like going through that. So I went ahead and I got a job. And I was making payments for my husband's, for the car that we had. We had a Jaguar at the time. And my son was fresh for school, didn't need anything, packed lunch, new shoes, new clothes, field trip money, all of that. He's good, right? He's good. We're good. At the same time, taking care of my son, taking care of whatever we need for the car, taking care of what we need in the house, taking care of, like, we handling up, you know what I'm saying? He's paying the rent. We need anything else besides the rent, he's handling it. And then he's handling whatever he's handling for us, gives me the opportunity to put money off to the side. So I'm putting money off to the side, saving money, and then boom, right? We get pregnant again. We get pregnant with my daughter, right? So we're already in a 1-bedroom. Well, we had moved from Oak Ridge to, we moved to near International Drive. We were right there off of International Drive. We were like, we were right across the street from SeaWorld, in one of those apartment complexes. So it was a 1-bedroom. We had already had 2 kids, right? And at that time, my husband and I were like really, really on and off, trying to figure out like what we wanted to do, if we really wanted to be together, if we didn't want to be together. And at one point I went back to Miami, and I, went to stay with my mom or whatever. And I didn't put him on child support. I could have put him on child support, but I didn't. And he took care of whatever was needed for the kids while I was with my mom. Like, it's at one point my mom was like, why are you even asking him for anything? And then I didn't want to have to ask anybody else for anything. And my head wasn't in the right space. I got a job down there, and he was still like handling it up when it came to the kids. And we ended up getting back together. And then that's why we ended up in that 1-bedroom apartment. So I moved back up to Orlando to get back with him. And we put our son in school. And then I got a job and started saving money. And then we got pregnant with our daughter. So that's where this comes to. We got pregnant with our daughter. I was already saving money because, it's time for us to find another place. We need more room. So I saved up, I think it was like $3,000. I saved up some money, and we went and we got a spot in Tampa, right? So my husband paid for the move. I paid for to get the lights on, get the water on, all that good stuff. And then we had to get furniture. This time around, we didn't go crazy. We went to like one of the hood stores that sold the mattresses, and we got all our mattresses for like, I think it was like $400. Excuse me. So I had some spicy food, so I'm like, and then I wasn't expecting to tell y'all all of this, so I think I'm getting off track. But we're trying to be more responsible with our money. And you know, that little bit of money, $5 here, $5 here, it catches up with you. And you just got to be mindful of that too. So so I saved that money, put that money aside. Income tax season comes, right? So I saved that money for the move, and then we also had income taxes. So while he's paying the rent, right, I took the income taxes that we made and I paid for the stuff that we needed for the baby. I got all of that, and then I had money for when my maternity leave, you know. So I think I didn't work I went back to work when my baby was at least 5-6 months. So for 5 to 6 months, I was able to pay my bills with the income taxes and not have to worry about anything. And then when she got older and things started to get a little bit more tight, I went ahead and I got a job, and then money was fine. Like, we were able to pay our bills and stuff like that, and take the kids out to little theme parks and stuff like that. We were able to, you know, have a little cushion and enjoy ourselves. And then we got pregnant again. So we got pregnant again. Income tax season came around. My husband took care of all the major stuff. Income tax season came around. I bought my baby all the stuff that she needed, and I was able to pay the bills while I was on my maternity leave. And I think I was gone from work for at least, again, about 4 or 5 months. 4 or 5 months. I went back to work, and I'm surprised that they had approved me for that. My boss was even surprised that I was approved for that. But that's what happens when you go to work every day. You do your job correctly. You don't give people any issues. But let me tell you, I went to work late every day, and I still got approved for it because I was bringing in money. You know what I'm saying? You bring in that money, you're going to get what you want. Point blank period. No matter what they say. Especially if you ain't calling out and you ain't requesting no time off. Like, I work. I have a really, really good work ethic, and I'm trying to put that same ethic into my finances. So, but now comes to my next subject. That was just the intro. That's a doggone shame. Lord have mercy. It's probably gonna be about an hour long. I was not expecting this, but so income tax season is here. Thank God it's not. What I really want to say is, use your income taxes wisely. Please just use your income taxes wisely. Don't waste your money on all this material stuff that's not going to appreciate. You understand? And because at the same time, all they're going to do is sell you all this crap and then make more crap that's going to look better than the crap that you've already bought. right? And now you're going to feel some type of way because, damn, you could have spent your money on this. This has better features. This has better specs. And it's just a freaking mind game. And like, come on. And thank God it's not Black Friday, because money would be gone. And then y'all gonna be sitting here looking like, where the hell did all this money go? You know what I'm saying? So you want to be wise with your overspending. Your overspending is when you spend money and then you don't have any money left. So you want to spend your money wisely, so that way you're not overspending and you're not left with nothing in return, but a whole bunch of material stuff that you're probably going to have to pawn if you find yourself stuck in a rut. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's like you go to pawn something, they're going to try to give you half price. So it's like you're losing at the end of the day. You're losing money. I mean, you're getting half your money back, but you're also losing half your money. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to go through that. It's a pain in the ass. What you want to do when you get your income taxes, you want to get a credit card. Okay? I'm really not too fond of credit cards. If you can avoid a credit card and get something that you can just, like a bill that you can pay, like if your name is in the electric bill, your name is in the water bill, all that stuff, it affects your credit, if you didn't know that. So if you paying your bills on time, your credit is going to go up. If you don't have that, if you can't get that, get something that's going to help generate your credit. I'm going to try a credit card again. My first experience with a credit card was terrible. I maxed out my credit card as soon as I had got it. I was 18 years old, and but it was for good reasons. Like, my mom was going through it, and I bought furniture with it for us. And what else did I do? Yeah, that's all I did. I just bought furniture. And I maxed it out. I maxed my credit card out, trying to being helpful. So what else you can do with your income taxes is okay, so you can get a credit card. You can put about $400, $500 on that credit card. It's called a what credit card is that? I can't remember, but it's a credit card where you put your own money on it, and what you do is you put your money on it and you just spend it wisely, and then the next month, whatever you spent that first month, you pay back the next month. So it's basically like it's your own little bank. You know what I'm saying? You're creating your own little bank, and then you spend your money wisely. It's going to, and you pay back. You pay yourself back. You it boosts your credit score, right? So another thing you can do to generate some income and to generate some positivity in your status, your finance status, is get a bank account that generates interest, meaning that you put your money in a bank account where I think it's a certain amount of money that you have to put in the bank account, and you keep the money in there, and then your bank pays you a certain percentage to keep money in that account. And normally it's a savings account, but I don't know how much money they'll give you, but they give you something. So as long as it's adding and not subtracting and deducting, you should be good to go. What I would say is, if you can find yourself in a position where you don't have to touch that money, you're good to go. But if you find yourself that you're gonna like fuck up in the long run, don't put that money in there, because they're probably gonna have penalties for you to take all the money out of that account. So you just have to be aware of stuff like that. If you can, talk to your bank and see what you can get done. The best bank account that I have had, my very first bank account, was when I was working at the Dayland Mall in Miami, and I was working at Macy's, and Macy's has this credit union, and that's where I was at. That was my first bank account ever, and I loved it. I loved it. And it was right there in the mall, so it was pretty cool. But what happened was that when I was 18 and I moved to Orlando with my dad, and they didn't have the branch out. They had like a sister branch, and I was just getting tired of it. It wasn't the same atmosphere like going in the mall and going to the bank. Going to the bank in the mall. So, but anyways, so you got your good credit, and you got zero credit, and then you got bad credit. So some people will bother with the bad credit. Some people won't. A lot of them won't. And if they do, you're going to have to put down more money for whatever it is you're trying to get. But they like people with zero credit, and they like people with good credit. So keep in mind. Okay. And the ways you get zero credit is you just beginning your credit. You don't have any credit cards. So, but I don't think anybody starts off with zero credit. I think once you apply for a credit, I think your score is automatically like a 750 maybe, because that's where I was at when I was 18. And I had got my first credit card. My limit was $750. So I'm assuming that it was $750. But in order for you to get zero credit, everything has to be paid off on your credit. Like, everything has to be paid off on your credit. So that's how you get zero credit, and then you have to start all over. So, yeah. What else I want you to do? I want you to stash your money. Stash your money. Stash your money. You got money left over from your income taxes? Put that thing back in your bank account. It don't matter if it's 75 cents. Put that thing back in your bank account. See, the thing is that y'all think that y'all can't take change to the bank. You sure can. They'll take that. Take your piggy bank right on out there and let that money add up. 50 cents add up, baby. You better believe it. So, and then what I want you to do is, I want you to take this income taxes and establish your credit for the next 2 years. 730, right? So for the next 2 years, let's stash some money, build some credit up, and generate some interest. And I've already told y'all how I stashed during my maternity leave. And I want you to know that there is a difference between being a consumer and being an investor. They both spend money, right? But the investor spends money for to save money and to gain money. The consumer is spending money because they need something or they want something at that time, right? So as an investor, what I need you to do is go and buy your stuff in bulk. I know some people may not be able to afford to buy their stuff in bulk, but if you can, even like some juice some toilet paper. Just buy it in bulk. So in the long run, you're not out here having to spend you're not out here having to spend money that can be saved. Like if you buy toilet paper in bulk, let's say you spend $50 worth of toilet paper, right? Well, you get $50 worth of toilet paper. You probably ain't gonna have to get toilet paper for the rest of the year. And that's something that you don't have to worry about anymore. You don't have to spend time going to the store to go get it. And that toilet paper probably gonna last you for the whole year, right? Plus, it's probably gonna, depending on how many people you're using that toilet paper for, and it's probably gonna last you a little bit for the following year. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I think it was, that's what, you know, how I like to do it. Like at the time when my babies were in diapers, I bought them in bulk. I didn't buy the cheap pack because I think you're spending more money going to the store, you're spending more time, and you got this little thing of diapers, and it just doesn't make any sense. You might as well get the big pack so that way you're not spending gas, you're not wasting time, and you don't have to worry about getting diapers every week. You know what I'm saying? I was getting diapers that'll last for at least a month, you know? And food too. I buy food in bulk too. At least I try to, you know? And clothes, underwear, socks, all that good stuff. Basically, I would say like your toiletries, get all that stuff in bulk, and that way you don't have to worry about that stuff anymore. Toothbrushes, floss, shampoo, conditioner, soap, lotion, shoot, all that good stuff. So that would be the investor. The consumer would be the one who would get the small pack of diapers, and they won't have the knowledge of how much gas you're spending throughout the time to go get your diapers, and the time that it takes for you to get in the car, start the car, drive all the way to the store, and then get out the car, and walk into the store and walk through the store, and then take your time with the cashier, and then get in the car, drive all the way home, and then, you know, handle your business. But yeah, the investor is looking to save money and looking to generate money, whereas the consumer is. So my phone is telling me my time is up. That's what I want to talk to y'all about, is money and your income taxes, and be wise with it. And after you've generated your credit and you've got your bank account, and you know what I'm saying, you may have to you can buy a home. You can buy a home with 2 years worth of good credit and savings. If you can save, like, you can buy a house with $20,000 as long as you find a good mortgage company to finance you. You know what I'm saying? So just remember, it's 7:30, and I just want you guys to let's be wise with our money and not spending on useless things that's not really going to. It's just a temporary happiness, and you want to look for the longevity and happiness. So that's what I want. That's what I want for you, and that's what I want for me. And I hope this video helps you and inspires you guys to do what you gotta do. You feel me? But I'm finna go. I'm glad I made this video. And don't forget to, that's some spicy food. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, share. Until next time, y'all. Peace. It's Annoying as Didi signing out.